Welcome back, Donut. You're looking tasty and scrumptious today. I have a period of Bitcoin here shown for you in my picky, right? It's quite amazing, this number. Bitcoin pumped 15,200x. Amazing, right? 152,000%. That's amazing, right? And we're going to speak about narratives, all right? So, what I'm about to tell you, it's deep. It's deep, real deep, okay? Like inches, meters deep. But before we go deep, you got to understand, you don't gain much from this, except knowledge that the correct answer is going to be just buy and hold and shut your mouth and wait 5 years, okay? Bitcoin, Ethereum, our favorite crypto, same point, all right? So when I show this information to you, don't think, oh, I have to go be motivated to go act now and go do this and do that. No. I'm just here to share with you a different perspective, because we bulltards, we get thrown in the mist, in the same bag as people who just draw upwards trajectories on every single chart, and they go, woohoo, Bitcoin's going on $1 million. Okay. So I always tell you, man, at any point in time, market's 50-50. You know, if she wants to go down and screw us, we can. I always have this respect for it, because I day trade, man. I see, man, one guy wants to he wakes up on the wrong side of the bed. See you later. All right. So Bitcoin, 15,200x during this period. Market participants, it's reading up here, right? Up here. Market participants saw big green candles, and they attributed the market pump to the prevailing narrative of decentralization and censorship resistance. Okay. What they didn't know was that this had nothing to do with the pump. Dun, dun, dun. Here we go. Dramatic gerbil turning around, right? That is absolutely mind-blowing. And it enrages so many people. And, you know, it's funny. So many people get angry, man. They just go, why? This makes no sense. You know, of course in 2022 we went down from the Fed and the interest rate hikes. No, man, no. We're sheep. Everything goes off momentum. Everything goes off the mind, off the market. The market just does what it wants to do, okay? It's pricing in the future, all right? I promise you, you will gain nothing trying to guess these narratives, okay? That is a sucker's game. I'll tell you the only narrative you need to know, okay? The only narrative you need to know is that you're not dead yet. And you're probably not going to be dead in the next 5 years. And the world's going to keep spinning. That's it. That's literally it. They're going to keep printing currency, more population, more human productivity. You just stay long and shut up and don't do any margin. Because if the mind of the market wants to come and shake you off, well, you're not going to be shaken off. We're going to cry in a corner and we're going to be teary, but the sun's going to shine. And we're not going to cry anymore. But the people who were on margin, they get wiped out. Okay. So, look at this Bitcoin chart, man. Isn't this nuts? 15,200x. Let's go dig into it, right? Because what do I actually mean when I say here? I said that, you know, there's a market pump. So let's look here, man. We have to go deep, friends. We have to go deep. We're going to understand what the hell's going on. Let's put it on a linear chart. All right. So I know how people get trapped in the stock market. I've seen it. I've seen the long-term investors always say, hey, the retailers keep getting sucked into the same thing. They come in, they absorb information in the media, and because it's new information, people feel compelled to act on it. Okay? And you've probably felt it the same in crypto too. You're like, oh, this thing's getting banned and this guy said something. And you will think just because some ding-dong has hit market with a buy or a sell on that news, You think that there's some sort of consistent correlation over time. But there's actually not. You're looking at noise. Really. You are. You're looking at noise. You're looking at, like, you know, if I flip a coin and it's heads and then it rains tomorrow, that's really what's happening. I'm not denying that, yes, when I flipped the coin, it was heads and then it rained tomorrow. I'm not saying that didn't happen. I'm just saying you're looking at noise, okay? Even though we think we're looking at a signal, it's trash. We're looking at poopies. So Bitcoin in the early days, people saw it go up a lot. Okay, this is absolutely nuts, right? So I love mentioning this. It's quite funny, right? So, you know, right here, actually, let's go back. Not this chart. Right here, that's crazy. That Davinci and Richard Heart. Davinci and Richard Heart bought this top and went minus 94%. That's crazy, right? That's crazy. Two guys have absolutely crushed it that they bought that top. Oh, man. What a crazy world, friends. What a crazy world. Who would have thought, man, these top buyers of that time would go on to become like titans of the crypto industry. So, you know, when it started going up, though, this is what happens. Because this happens in the stock market. What I'm about to tell you, I'm not telling you anything new. This is repeating, okay? The candles go green. You know, I love using the monthly candles. They summarize everything. The candles go green, and as they're going green, people flock in. And the people flocking in, they demand answers, okay? I am in many telegrams. I'm in many discords. I see people who, you know, they've been in the game with me for 3 years plus, okay? I've been in the game a lot longer than that. But, you know, I'm like 3 years. They should know their way around, you know? And as soon as a green candle appears for a month, that's it. They come in, they go, tell me now. Why are we going up? I need to know right now. Tell me right now. I have to know. I demand it. Please. Same thing when we're going down. Can anyone tell me why? I have to know. Please inform me right this minute. I have like an insatiable hunger to know why we're going down. You are going to wear yourself out over time, man. The market is just the collective mindset of everybody in. It's like an extension of our human mind, all right? It just does shit because it wants to do it, okay? Just get that through your mind. It does stuff because it wants to do it. Sometimes I stand up in my room and I just go to the door, I just stretch my arm, I come back, sit down. Why do I do that? Because I can, you know? Sometimes I just look at my phone, press it, not even unlock it. I'll just check the time, but that makes no sense. I'm looking at the time on my computer screen right now in the bottom right. Why would I go do that? Because I can. I don't have to give you a reason. I just do it, okay? All these random things happen in the markets too, okay? Now, it's like a little butterfly effect. You know, a little butterfly flaps its wings and then it snowballs into something big? Yes, that's happening all the time. But you're never going to get the reason why. And by the time you figure out the reason, we've already left the station, man. So, everybody saw Bitcoin and the price rising. So they come in and they go, tell me why it's rising. And all the narratives start. All right, we're birthing a new industry of narratives here. A whole new way of thinking. And people come, what do they say about Bitcoin? They say censorship resistant. They say decentralization. They say immutability. Stable monetary policy. That's all the talking points that they say. See, I know these off by heart. I know all these off by heart, right? Censorship resistance. Decentralization, friends. That means, it's so decentralized. It's the future. But it was a trap. You see, it was actually a trap, friends, because that actually had nothing to do with it. That's the funny part. And I say this, and it gets a lot of people angry, but I don't care if you think it's angry or not. I'm just telling you, if you want to win in this game, you got to get it through your head. If you think Bitcoin went up because of these talking points, you're going to, unfortunately, remain holding Bitcoin for those guys who bought at $10, $100, $1,000 so they can exit at 100K. And you're also helping spread the word. You know, one other word is exit liquidity. But that's almost like a nihilistic way to do it. Because it's not like they're purposefully doing it. It's just they're so convicted now. They've latched onto this. They got long. Let's put it on the log chart. Okay. They got long somewhere here. Yeah, they got long. And it kept going up. And they say, of course, Bitcoin's going to take over the world. You know, you can't change the code. It's never before seen. All these, right? And what they're actually missing is, right, this is actually the real reason it went up, okay? The real reason Bitcoin went up, which, by the way, you're not going to hear this. I've never heard anybody say this, but that's kind of because all the forward-thinking minds, they kind of leave Bitcoin and they go to the other stuff. They kind of figured this out, right? All the founders understood this, by the way. All crypto founders, they know what I'm about to tell you, but they don't speak to plebs like us, okay? I'm here to communicate with you. So Bitcoin went up because there was a huge demand inside humans to transfer value through the internet. Okay? That's why Bitcoin went up. We have demand. Humans love to transfer value. Okay? But here's the thing. We're going to write different types of value. That's the kicker. All right? That's the kicker. Bitcoin is like gold. We're transferring, you know, the value of the inflation hedge over time, stable monetary policy, right? Now, we can transfer different types of value, friends. Kanye West can go release an album. He can go transfer his art through the internet and through the blockchain, right? You can draw a pony and send it to me. We can do so many things. Transfer anything. We got monkey JPEGs. We got dog coins, you know? We got Ethereum. We got gas utility, we got Hex, we got Doge, we got all these other stuff, XRP, imaginary bank payments. We have all these things, right? And a lot of these coins, they're actually extensions of the founders themselves. So a lot of the coins you see out there, you've seen me make a lot of videos on the founders. It's because the coins are like an NFT extension of the founders themselves. We're transferring value of the people ahead of us. And even with Bitcoin, Bitcoin anonymous, no one take the have you noticed that with Bitcoiners, by the way? Stay anonymous, stay humble. We have a greater fight. We stay decentralized and in the shadows. We never reveal everything. That's what Satoshi did. It's literally everybody is an extension of the founder. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Okay? When you see this lens, actually, you don't even have to believe me. Go and do your research yourself. I'm just telling you right now. I'm going to summarize for you like 14 months of hard work. It's the same thing. People in the communities, it's fascinating. People in the communities, they're an extension of the founder. And it's like, I wonder if like, are companies like that? The CEOs, you know, whatever the CEO's like. If the CEO's like a hard-hitting, strict, let's work 18 hours a day type of dude, is that culture going to be different versus somebody who's like, got a nose ring, like, yeah, dude, we're going to save the whales, dude. It's true. Look what Elon Musk did when he took over Twitter. Everybody was a bum and no one was working. He just sacked half the workers. He goes, you guys are trash. You're doing nothing. He started putting in features in 5 seconds, right? So we know this happens. But, people kind of haven't figured it out in crypto yet, which just means we're early. Okay, so I'm just here kind of tell you like, hey, no one really understands this yet. So I like this. This is our edge. We're going to go from everybody switching from they don't know what's going on to they have a eureka moment, right? So Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin's price was going up and people want to trade value. So here was the thing, right? Bitcoin is decentralized. Bitcoin, censorship resistant, immutability, yada, yada, right? We've got them here. People were transferring this value back and forth, okay? So you have A and B, you have, they were transferring value back and forth. And here was the thing, because the price was going up, because we were actually going up, friends, people, because, let's go back to the first example of people want to know, why is the price going up? Tell me why. Tell me. When they say that, what's the easiest thing for them to latch onto? They go, well, Bitcoin's price is going up, so let's actually write this down, right? So they see event A, Bitcoin price go up, all right? And then they're going to see event B at the same time. At same time as A, they're going to see that Bitcoin characteristics are decentralization, immutability, censorship resistant, and stable monetary policy, right? Stable monetary policy. And what's going to happen is they're going to link it in their mind, right? They're actually going to link it. And there is, if there's no link in here, that's it. Okay, we're lucky, friends. We're lucky. I was going to stop this video. All right, so they have now connected the price going up to these characteristics. They go, oh, that's the narrative. The narrative is the people demand decentralization. The people demand immutability. They demand censorship resistance. They demand stable monetary policy. Oh my God, yes, it all makes sense. It does make sense if you're a monkey and a peanut, right? But we know we have to be aware of what we are, man. This is not actually what's going on. What's actually going on was this price just went up and we're just making these stories up in our heads. It's a meme. It's all a meme. It's all a meme, friends. I'm going to have to change this outline to be slightly blue. It's all a meme. All of it. Money's a meme. People are storing value here. The price went up, and because it went up so much, because it went up 15,200x, it formed a religion, man. It formed a religion. When you form a religion and people come in, you then tell people, hey, we're not here for the price. We're here for the greater good, man. Right? There's something beyond price. Once you get people to remove price in their mind, then the sky's the limit, right? Did you notice how we brought out stories, right? And even I believe it, man, of course, because it sounds so rational and true, right? We brought out stories like they have to print forever. The M2 money supply is up only, right? The US debt too big. Okay, Bitcoin has no top because USD has no bottom. All these stories, man, we see them again. You have to look at them from another point of view. One point of view is, okay, I've got to stay long and stay bullish. But you got to look at the other side, man. The other side is, this meme went so far. Look at these stories that it's so easy to latch onto because the price went up so much, you know. I want to let you know this, right? You know everything I'm saying here? Oh, let's get this arrow, right? You know every single one of these points, every one of them has zero merit if the price didn't go up. I promise you that. I promise you that, friends. You don't have to believe me. Go and look at any other altcoin out there. They can tell you they're changing the world. If the price isn't up, nobody cares, okay? If Bitcoin went nowhere and actually went down, I'm sorry. Everything is just gone to the poopies. Everyone, just flush everything down. We're finished. It has to go up. That's the meme. The meme's like the price. The meme is value, right? So, we explored, right, all these characteristics of Bitcoin. And I said, like, why did Bitcoin actually go up? It's just people were transferring value. But because people were transferring value, we conflated a lot of things. Because you got to remember, Bitcoin was the first crypto. It was the first one, the Genesis blockchain. So people who, look at this, right? People who wanted to transfer, value of JPEGs, of dog coins, of decentralized finance, of, money markets, of perpetual swaps, of gaming, of metaverse, of artificial intelligence, of all this stuff, memes, people who actually wanted to transfer the value of those, they didn't have a choice. There was only one crypto. There was only Bitcoin. So the funnel was so small, right? Because literally this was the funnel. Bitcoin opened up the world, right? So this is the whole crypto industry that was going to be birthed. And then this little squeak is Bitcoin opening right now, right? So that's why Bitcoin went up so much. People forget, hey man, all of these things, are they really the reason why it went up? Because you go and speak to people, none of them said, hey man, decentralization and this and that. Most of them are just buying because the price went up. They don't actually care about that decentralization. They don't care about that. When the price goes down, they don't care. 90% don't care. So, we now know, right? People want to transfer value. Because in internet, one, It was read only. You can only read websites. Internet 2, which is Web 2.0, we could read and write. Okay, you can send information on social media. Maybe you can post your generals on someone's Facebook. Someone sends them back on Instagram. That's reading and writing. Okay, we are now Web 3. Okay, Web 3 is read plus write plus own. Okay, we are now in the own part. You see this? That's what Bitcoin gave us. The blockchain gave us this. You can now own value. We can send value back and forth. All right. But here's the thing, man. Because Bitcoin's price went up to the absolute literal moon, people conflated the ownership value part with all the narratives, right? With Bitcoin's narratives. These aren't wrong narratives per se. These were just Bitcoin's characteristics, and Bitcoin so happened to pump up. Bitcoin is censorship resistant, decentralization, immutability, stable monetary policy. Okay. If you're a young chap, maybe you've got like 10 ex-girlfriends, you're going to go marry a girl. I promise you, every single one of your ex-girlfriends is going to find out. And when you get married, they're going to check her out, and they're going to check out her hair, what she like, what family she's from, you know, what's so good about her, does she have a good smile? They'll stalk her, is she popular? Okay? But all the stuff that they're going to think matters didn't matter. Maybe you're just bored. Maybe you just want to start a family. Maybe that girl was just the closest thing next to you and you just got married, right? But what's going to go on in every ex-girlfriend's head? They're going to be saying, oh, he's into blonde girls now. Oh, wow, it's because she's blonde. No, maybe she's just the closest girl to you. Maybe you literally hadn't showered in a month and she was just the first thing you could find. Right? They're not going to actually understand that part. They're just going to see that she's got blonde hair and they think that's it, he's into blondes now. That's why he married her. He married a blonde. Okay? It's funny. We laugh at that, but the world's laughing at us. It's the same thing with crypto. It's the exact same thing here. So we want to transfer value through the internet. And Bitcoin was the vehicle we now want to own, right? But what are we going to look at? If we go forward, man, you now really got to believe in this narrative, friends. Like, oh, man, like, right? You got to believe that this catches on again. M2 money supply, the US debt is too big. How much do you think this is going to take off? These are probably true. However, the rate of change of them happening versus innovation in Ethereum, other crypto altcoins, you're going to have, you know, Pulse Chain, Hex, and everything else exploring how to get different communities, right? This Bitcoin narrative, you gotta really look at it for what it's worth here, right? You're buying Roger Ver's 30,000x bag, all right? You're not an early innovator here anymore. But at least now you know every human falls into this trap, okay? So I know we're looking at the past here, and I'm always thinking about the future. So I already know, right? Maybe there comes a point. I hope, man. I hope Bitcoin's somewhere 500K. I really do. I hope it flips the gold market cap, right? And you probably say, oh, I don't think that's ever going to happen. Well, look at the narratives we believe today. We think decentralization pumps the coin. It doesn't, right? It's because humans want to transfer value and Bitcoin was going up, so we attributed that to it, and Bitcoin was decentralized. Decentralization is not important to pumping a coin. Okay, it has nothing to do with it. So maybe, you know, one day we do get to our beautiful 500K Bitcoin. Wouldn't that be great? You don't even need to think about the narratives that people are going to believe to hold on there. I just promise you, you've learned one thing from this video. The only thing you need to learn is, man, if you give people big, fat, juicy, green candles, they'll believe everything. Till next time, friends.